Welcome to the very first episode of the Truth Club. I'm Vicky Leon. As I often say to my friends, I have a Greek soul and a global heart. If there is one thing I have learned standing between these two worlds, the ancient and the ultra-modern, is this. Identity is the only currency on earth that never devalues. Think about it, just for a second. Markets crash, real estate bubbles burst. Even the people we love can sometimes let us down. But who you are at your core, this is your gold standard. Here is a problem though, the tragedy really. Most of us are walking around spending currency that someone else printed for us in a basement we've never even visited. We're living out scripts written by our parents, our partners maybe, or even our cultures. Maybe the ghosts of our past mistakes. We have become lead actors in a play we didn't even audition for. We're wearing the costumes, saying the lines, and then wondering why we feel so exhausted at the end of every day. You know the truth. It's because you're tired of playing a character that isn't you. Today, we're taking the pen back. We're moving from being a passenger in your own life to being the architect. Because if you don't design your own house, you'll end up living in the cramped, dark corner of someone else's. To build a future-proof life, we have to look back at the foundation. I'm gonna take you way back. 2,500 years ago, carved into the stone at the Temple of Apollo in Delphi, Greece, were two simple words. Gnothi Seauton, know thyself. In modern times, we have turned this finding yourself into a soft or even fluffy concept. We think it means going on a retreat, even though those are all right, buying a specific candle, or journaling about our favorite colors. No, the ancient Greeks knew the truth. Knowing yourself is a military strategy. Think about it just for a second. If a general doesn't know the exact borders of their own territory, how can they defend it? They can't. If you don't know exactly where you end and where the noise of the world outside begins, you are wide open to invasion. When you don't have a defined sense of self, you become vulnerable to anyone with a louder voice and a convincing lie. And this is where manipulation lives. This is where gaslighting takes root, in the gaps of your self-knowledge. If you aren't sure of your truth, a manipulator will kindly provide the truth for you. And usually, it's one that keeps you serving their needs, not yours. But when you define yourself, when you know your borders, your values, and your non-negotiables, you become, as I say, a fortress. You aren't mean or cold, you are simply solid. You become unstoppable. Let that word sink in. Unstoppable. It doesn't mean life won't hit you. It means life can't move you. I know what it feels like to have the ground shift beneath you. I know the terror of realizing the foundation you built, perhaps a relationship, a career, or even a reputation, was made of sand. I know how terrifying it is when the walls start to crack. But this is where the architect's mindset kicks in. An architect doesn't panic when an old, decaying building is demolished. They don't mourn the rotten wood and the rusted pipes. No, they look at the empty lot and they see the most beautiful thing in the world, possibility. Future-proofing your life isn't about preventing the storm. We live in a world full of storms. It's about building a structure that the storm cannot move. What are those bricks for the structure? First and foremost, financial independence. Having the means to actually being able to say no to a situation that devalues you. Second, emotional agency. The realization that your feelings are yours to govern, not a reaction to someone else's bad behavior. Third, narrative sovereignty. The absolute right to tell your own story. The world will try to label you. It will try to tell you who you are based on your age, your marital status, your bank account, or even your failures. I call this the Narcisshit noise. It's static. It's designed to keep you small and manageable. Narcisshit noise. Reject those definitions. Your only job right now is to decide if you were the hero of your own story and not just a supporting character in someone else's, what would the next chapter look like? I promised you a blueprint, quite a lot of you asked for it, and this is the blueprint for your first script. Here it is. Agency isn't a theory you study, it is a practice you perform. You don't wait for your life to magically change so you can start writing. You write the script to force the life to follow. You give the universe the stage directions. And today you're going to write the first page of your new chapter, not in your head, because we all know thoughts can be quite slippery. On paper. I want you to write it on paper because ink is permanent. Ink is an anchor. And here is your very first Truth Club assignment. Take a piece of paper and write down one thing about yourself that is true, regardless of what anyone else says. Not I hope I am, but I am. I am beautiful. I am a woman of agency. I am financially stable. I am a super person. I am the architect. Pick one that makes your heart race a little. This will be your undeniable truth. Second, write down one definition someone else gave you that you are officially deleting today. I am too old. I am a victim. I am difficult. I am stuck. Write it out clearly. Then I want you to draw a thick, heavy line through it. Feel the weight of that pen killing that lie. That would be your delete. And then write down one small physical action you will take in the next 24 hours that proves you are in charge. It doesn't have to be revolution. We all know that. Take a small step each time. It can be something really, really simple, like opening a separate bank account, or maybe making that phone call you've been avoiding because you were afraid of the answer. It can even be sitting in a cafe for 30 minutes in total silence. Imagine that. Refusing to answer your phone, reclaiming your time. That would be your sovereignty act. When you do this, you aren't just thinking, you are architecting. This is the most important word. You are architecting. You are signaling to yourself that the old script has been burned. The smoke has been cleared. The pen is in your hand. This week, as you go about your business, I want you to pause and ask yourself one question. Who is holding the pen in my life right now? Is it your boss? Your partner? Your fear, maybe? If it's not you, it's time to join the Truth Club. In the next episode, we're going to talk about the internal fortress, how to build a mindset that is bulletproof to outside events so that no matter what the world throws at you, the architect inside stays standing. I'm Vicky Leon. And this is the Truth Club. Stop surviving the script. Start architecting your truth. This is your time. Start architecting your truth. I'll see you in the club.